Hello, welcome to Invictus Motors. My name is Basheer and I'm here to review this Porsche Macan that we have in stock here with us today. Before we can get into the nitty-gritty detail of this Porsche Macan, don't forget to press that subscribe button and we'll get right into it. This Porsche Macan Turbo has an exceptionally high spec. I mean, I haven't seen anything in terms of Porsche that is as well spec'd as this. And from the get-go, you've got this palladium metallic paint color. You've got the Porsche Turbo alloys with the Porsche ceramic brakes. I mean, the ceramic brakes is what you would find normally on a GT3, a GT4, a GT3 RS. I mean, you don't normally find it on a Macan Turbo, but here it is. In terms of other features, this has got the Porsche Dynamic, the PDLS lighting system, and it's got this bird eye view camera system, a camera here on the front, a camera on the rear, on the side door mirrors, and it's got the adaptive cruise control. In terms of other performance spec items, this has the air suspension, the Chrono Sport Plus package, PASM, I mean, you name it, whatever that one could tick off as new from factory on a Porsche Macan, someone has done it. Let's get into the inside and talk about the inside before we take it out for a test drive. On the inside, where do I begin and where do I end? I don't think there will be an end to this. You've got the full panoramic sunroof, so you've got a part here at the front, a part at the back. You've got the GTS seats, and the beautiful thing about it is it's finished in this beautiful natural brown leather. And what I love is this really classy detail of the walnut here on the steering wheel combined with leather. And the steering wheel is also heated by pressing that button. It's a multifunctional steering wheel. It's got an adaptive cruise control system, so it actually holds the distance from the car at the front. The front seats are also heated as well as the rear seats. You've got the side of the seat which is littered with buttons. That is the adaptive sports functionality, so all the sides on the seats here can be adjusted. These bits can be adjusted, this can be adjusted, this can be adjusted, this can be adjusted. I can't think of what else can't be adjusted. It's got a touchscreen PCM with Bluetooth connectivity both for your music and your telephone call. You can see this Chrono sports watch there with a Chrono Sport Plus button here and the sport button there with PASM, with air suspension. I mean, you name it, this has it all. I mean, to the degree something as much as having your side door mirrors folding in when you lock the car, that's there as well. And the other really nice beautiful bit of spec it has, it's got the memory seats option, so you can actually program 2 keys to 2 users to this car. And if you go to the back of it, I mean, you almost think that nobody has ever sat in the car. It is absolutely brand new. I mean, there isn't a single thing that I can fault with this vehicle. So if you are looking for a Porsche Macan Turbo, I think one would find it extremely difficult to beat this. And not to mention, it's got the best spec'd sound system that you could spec in a Porsche. That is the Burmester sound system. And then towards the back, you find the power closing boot. And you know, someone has gone to the degree of speccing this rubber mat here at the back so that they don't get the carpeting dirty. Let's drive it and find out what the Macan Turbo is all about. The Porsche Macan, when launched in 2014, was the most sought after Porsche in the lineup that Porsche had amongst the 911, the Cayman, the Boxster, etc. Everybody wanted the Macan. This was the new thing. This was the perfect balance between a sports car and a compact SUV. I mean, this had everything you needed in a sports car, but in an SUV that would serve the family, especially if you couldn't convince the other half to buy a sports car. This has the 7-speed PDK gearboxes, which is what you would expect in the Cayman, the Boxster and the 911. In terms of the engine, this is obviously the Macan Turbo. It has the 3.6 litre turbocharged engine, which produces a phenomenal 395 brake horsepower. I mean, this car isn't necessarily about the peak end performance figures because they are in itself pretty good. It's a comfortable, practical car that you could live with every single day, which is spacious, which serves the family really well. But in terms of performance figures, this isn't just, you know, a slouch. This will stand out from a performance point of view amongst many other cars out there, i.e. take a Porsche 911 991 Carrera S, because that will produce also 395 bhp from the 3.8 litre naturally aspirated engine. So you can argue that this is turbocharged and 395 bhp isn't a lot. Trust me, it is a lot, because the torque is 550 and the 0 to 60 figure is also pretty impressive. That is 4.8 seconds. In terms of a combined MPG, you're looking at, you know, up to about 30 miles per gallon, and motorway MPG is about 35 miles per gallon. But if you're looking at buying a Macan Turbo, you wouldn't be necessarily worried about the MPG. But should you be, this is an economical car. From a spec point of view, what is this like? What is it that it has? Obviously, as mentioned a little bit earlier on the exterior walk around, that this has got the Chrono Sport Plus package with PASM. By pressing the PASM button, what you instantly get is the suspension dampers stiffening, and you get a more driver orientated and a focused drive. Now you've got the Sports button and the Sport Plus. By pressing the Sports, you also get a more happy revving car. The Macan Turbo does sound absolutely beautiful. I mean, you wouldn't think that an SUV could sound as good as this. Well, here it is, and it does. What I love about this Macan Turbo is genuinely how well spec'd it is, from the exterior palladium metallic color to the turbo alloys with the PCCB to the brown leather interior, as well as the Alcantara being in brown, to the fact that everything complements each other, especially the steering wheel having this walnut finish, and then at the press of a button you can actually switch on the heated steering wheel. I mean, everything about this Macan oozes absolute class. I'm absolutely shocked how well spec'd it is, and also how well it's been looked after. This doesn't look like a car that is 7 or 8 years old. I mean, it looks and drives as if it's left the production line yesterday. Overall, I also like the fact it's got the Burmester sound system. So if you are into your music, I do like the little touches where it's got Burmester written up there by the speaker here on the covers. It makes a world of a difference, especially if you're somebody that is into your music. You know, the Burmester takes the sound quality to a level beyond comprehension, let's just say. And I'm not somebody that is totally immersed into music, but I do like a good sound coming out of the music system. Now, overall, I hope I've done a bit of justice to this Macan Turbo. If you are looking for something like this, we have this currently available in stock as of the beginning of March 2022. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to press that subscribe button. Our YouTube channel is monetized. Whatever money we make of it gets donated to charity. Thank you for sticking around, and see you for the next review. Bye bye.